And we're live.
Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Building Your Wellness Brand Within Your Community. I'm Dr. Alan Weinstein here with my guest host, Dr. Randi Ross. I think we just started, actually. I think it was a delayed start. Let me start over again. Hi, this is Building Your Wellness Brand Within Your Community. I'm Dr. Alan Weinstein with my co-host, Dr. Randi Ross. Today's episode is brought to you by Epic Consulting. Making sure your electronic presence is all it needs to be. And Community Wellness Day, every great opportunity begins with the first step. Take that step with Community Wellness Day. And the system, the official marketing program for healthcare professionals everywhere. And the VIP app, the only application that allows you to bring your live hangouts, just like this one, to the desktop, the iPhone, and the iPad of everyone that has you in their circles. Today, we're continuing our show, Community Health Program. Are business cards becoming extinct? It's a great subject line. And today we have a special guest, a great friend, someone that we're going to talk about today. I myself use his services, and so does Dr. Randi. He's Muhammad Siddique, better known as Siddique, and he's probably one of the most connected and well-known people on Google+. If you don't know who Siddique is, you will learn a lot about him today. He has a number of things that he's created, and I'm happy to say that I'm involved in all of them, and I think so is Dr. Randi. One is something we're going to talk about today called interactive text response. And if you'll notice on the bottom of your screen, you're going to later use and type the word try to 404-418-6019. He's also a magazine publisher. I'm also in the process of creating a magazine with Siddique. He has made a number of magazines. He'll probably talk a little bit about that. These are a great way to get recognized as an expert in your field. And he's known as America's favorite joint venture authority. There's a good reason for that. As I said, he's one of the most connected people, and he and I are involved in a joint venture together. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Randi. Dr. Randi?
Well, thank you, Dr. Allen. Welcome, everyone. If you're viewing this from anywhere other than the VIP app. Oh, wait 1 second. There goes Dr. Allen. I always forget to shut my phone off, and the app pops up on my phone. Every single week I forget that. But let us know where you're hanging out from. You see a comment box below your screen. We always like to know where people are joining us from. I'm hanging out from the Jersey Shore. Dr. Allen joins us from the beautiful Berkshire Mountains, and I believe Siddique is somewhere outside of Atlanta, but he'll let us know that when we bring him on. And today's really exciting because, you know, we're in this series of trying to introduce you to, or show you, for some of you that may know some of these technologies, of how this is an important element. It's all part of this big puzzle to make you the best and most well-known. So we're not just here to give you the tools of who to talk to and what to do. We're introducing you to everything to make sure that you're covering all bases, because as we always say, I want to make sure you're maximizing all your efforts, that you're squeezing every ounce out of everything that you do. So a few months back, I had the pleasure of meeting our guest, Siddique, in person at a big event that we were all at in California. And he's just a wonderful guy, just really makes you feel like you're his friend instantly. And he introduced me to a text messaging process that just literally made my brain explode with ideas and excitement to use it, and we've been using it with great success in the last few months. So we are going to share that, as well as some other ideas that I'm sure Siddique has up his sleeve to share with you. So without any further ado, we're going to introduce Siddique. He's kind of like Cher or Madonna. He just goes by one name. Welcome, Siddique. Thank you so much for taking time to be here with us today.
Glad to be with you, Dr. Randi and Dr. Allen. It's always good to be with friends.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Siddique, the question we always ask, we put everybody a little bit on the spot, although you should be used to it because you've been on, you know, more hangouts than I'm sure we could count, is in this world of technology as it relates to business, give us a little idea of, you know, why you're an authority and why our viewers should take what you say to heart and really listen to how your tools and your knowledge can help them in their venture to succeed in this world.
Thank you, Dr. Randi and Dr. Allen. As Dr. Allen hinted a few minutes ago, that I do joint ventures and people call me America's favorite joint venture authority, that means I'm in a position and I have been in talking to many thought leaders in the world almost. You know, I have clients in 40 countries doing joint ventures almost 20 years. In fact, first joint ventures I did, probably I was in grade 8 without even knowing what the joint venture mean, you know. So since then, I had never stopped working, and I love what I do, and I love connecting like-minded people for a mutual success by connecting to so many subject matter experts, speakers, authority leaders. That means I'm always in seek of what's happening in the world, and I always am connecting and hearing from them. And then once in a while, I pick up certain things which are really good, and I adapt it and I use it. This is one of the texting technology which I started using it, probably the first one to use it almost 2 years ago, and people were laughing at me, you know, so, and I call it a fish. First in, still here. I'm still using it. Now people are adapting it, and they're like friends like you and many others. Oh, it's such a wonderful, you never shared with me, you know. So it's amazing, and I'm able to save many trees, and plus we are going to show you how you can actually connect with your target audience and very fast and get them engaged the moment you handshake with them.
Well, Siddique, you know, this might sound like a very vague question, but can you simply, for our viewers that might not know this, can you explain what joint venture actually means? Because I think that people have mixed ideas of what that really means.
In a very simple language, the joint ventures really mean if someone has a product and I should know that person, someone good product. On the other side, somebody has a big, large email database of your target audience, customers for your product. They should talk to each other. Hey, I have a great product. Somebody say, I have 100,000 customers for your product. Guess what? The person who has 100,000 people in the email database, they are going to promote the product of person A. When the sale happens, there's some percent as an affiliate commission or as a customer giving away, whatever you call that. They take a cut of the sale, you know, only from the sale. And the person A gets the customer with endorsement from the person B. And when two people are working together, one has a solution and the other one has a customer for the solution. And I work as a joint venture. I know both of them. I connect them together in a way where I take a small cut in the middle.
So if any of our listeners happen to have, you know, a product or some type of program that they sell, that's where you would come in, be the middleman, introduce them to the right person that has their target audience, especially if it's someone that has a small business, they might not have a huge audience, and allow that business to grow in that other person, and everybody gets a little bit of the action, so everybody stays happy.
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that we cleared that up, so I really want you to talk about, you know, this text messaging product. And, you know, I've showed it to some of the clients that I work with, and, you know, I don't think people really understand what I'm explaining. Everybody says, oh, yeah, I have text messaging. But when you look at what they have, it's not this. So first, let's really talk about how text messaging applies to, let's say, healthcare providers, that type of business, how they can utilize that might be, you know, a little different than they're thinking about at the moment.
Well, thank you. That's a great question. In fact, more is like they cannot understand how this is different, and plus how they can use it to implement in their business, because they think it's a texting message. Hey, I have a cell phone, I can text it. That's what that really is. It's not. They're not connecting with their business model. That's where the gap is, you know, and that requires the education. And of course, that's why we are on this hangout. So, if you are a chiropractor, a dentist, or a primary healthcare like a doctor, you get all your patients visiting to your office, or you go to a chamber of commerce meeting or a church meeting, you know, like a small community meetings, which all should be doing. So that way, your prospective clients and the patients have the opportunity to handshake with you and ask you simple questions. Then, of course, that's how they get to know you. And now you get new patients, a referral from them, or they become your new patient. That's a simple model. That's why we all go to different places. So as if you are a chiropractor or dentist, you go to, let's say, chamber of meeting, there's like 100 other business owners came, or maybe even 50 of them. What you do right now is, you give them your business card. Is that right, Dr. Randi?
That is correct. And let me just throw in, we could also be hosting a community wellness day event where we're meeting lots of people. So
absolutely. Thank you for adding that. So you first of all, you can get your business card done from Vistaprint or somewhere from place. Then now you are burning trees, first of all. And number two is you give a business cards. And if I'm on a screen, look at this business cards I collected from one event. It's in a rubber band,
Yeah.
So you are going to put all this in your pocket. Now you go and then your VA or a personal assistant, your front desk person, they are going to type in all the numbers and emails and the phone number into your system. How many mistakes can happen?
Well, I know actually myself, Siddique, I'm going to be honest really here, that group of cards in a rubber band might stay like that for a really long time.
Okay.
Before I got to it,
Let me honestly tell you, I collected them because I don't want to hurt their feeling. I have not looked at them at all. I'm admitting it publicly. It's a shame to admit, but that's true. That's reality. And probably many audience, why not you let us know by writing a type in the chat window? What do you do with the business cards when you collect it, by the way? Be honest to yourself. Doesn't matter. No one is watching, okay? Only us. So what happened is, let's say you take the business card, you put on your suit, or then no, it's like you are bending on one side because you have so many business cards on the one side, and then you give it to your front desk. They type in all the numbers. The chances of mistakes, quite a number of, okay? And then someone is going to follow up them with manually. Instead of the new way is, first of all, when you don't get a business card, I'm not against business cards, by the way, folks. Don't get me wrong, okay? When you don't get a business card, you're saving going green. Of course, many people like that one, me too. And plus, you don't know how many people will be on that event. 50 or it could be 200. If you only came with the 50 cards, guess what will happen? Other 150 people will miss that one. And plus, to give a business card, you have to handshake with everybody. There's a very limited time. You're competing against the time, and you are, in case you are speaking for 5 minutes on that event over there, where you're going, hey, my name is Dr. Allen, Dr. Randi, and I do this. Even though you get a 2 minute on a stage, guess what you do? You ask them, hey, I have a nutrition guide or health practitioner tips or something something to give away to them. Hey, just be me here. I'm going to give a free gift to everyone who is here, and everybody love free gifts. You ask them, take your cell phone out just like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be smartphone. It can be any phone. What I'm aware of, every phone can send a text message. And in fact, majority of your patients probably have a smartphone. In case you, as a doctor, you don't have, it doesn't really matter. It's not about you. It's about your target audience. And once you are asking them, hey, take your cell phone out and text it to this number, and you give them your number that comes from the system, and now you're asking them a series of questions. Hey, what's your name? Nice to meet you at Chamber of Meeting. And what's your name, please? Now they type in their exact name themselves. Then you ask them their email address. You can ask them as many questions you like, and you give them a link to your free gift you promise. Now you collected virtually everybody who is listening to you in like a 90-second or 1 minute. You got their cell phone number, primary phone number. That means when your VA or front desk person is going to call them, that's their number. It's not their VA number. It's their own number. You can call them. We all carry our cell phone wherever we go. In fact, most of the people have their cell phone 2 feet away while they're sleeping. Me too, by the way. I do the same. Okay? So you can talk to them. That means the numbers on business card, very few people put their cell phone number on a business card because cell phone number is considered to be very, very private. However, when they text it to you, they give you their primary phone number. That means you can get them. They are on the way to job or going somewhere or wherever. You can text it to them. You can actually talk to them. Your chances of conversion of getting them and talking to you is probably 10 times more than chances of getting somebody on their business card. Business card, they have main office phone number, which somebody else is picking up, and then by the time the message get to you, and their job is to block all those unwanted calls. Okay, this idea of getting somebody's cell phone number is you go direct. That helps you to do that. And I'm probably making it too complicated for everyone else to see. I'm sure, show me. That's probably the thinking, everyone. Is that right? I'm a person like, show me stuff, how it works. What I want you to do is take your cell phone out, just like I showed you. See this number on the screen? The number is 404-418-6019. In a message, put a word try, T-R-Y. When you actually texting it to me, you're giving me a permission to send you a text message. So I'm showing you the system. I'm not going to call you, don't worry about it. I just want to show you how you can use it. It's just a demo. And then I'm sending you automated texts, by the way, and you can have like a one person texting you and 1,000 people texting you all at once. And all this will be working. In case for some reason you cannot see the underneath this one, how about this? If we go an old-fashioned way, text word try to 404-418-6019. In case you're watching it from outside of US, then you can put a +1 on the front. This works internationally all over.
Well, and let me share one of the ways that, and then I'm going to get to Dr. Allen, that I happened to use this recently. That I think this, being the early adopters is kind of cool because people are a little bit intrigued with this process. Because I was at a big event and I was talking to people about the consulting programs that we have. And when someone says, oh, I would love to talk to you about this, in more detail, do you have a card? I said, no, I don't use business cards. So first they kind of give you this weird look, and you have their attention then, and I say, do you have your cell phone? And they say, yes. I say, simply text, and I give them my particular texting number. And after I get their name and their email, it then gives them the link to my electronic calendar. And I tell them, just go there and you choose a time that best fits your schedule so that we don't have to go back and forth and figure it out. My times are available. And it worked amazing. It was so great not to get a business card, have to call them on Monday, try and figure out a time. I had captured their contacts. And the way Siddique allows you to set it up, it's its own campaign, so people are not bleeding together with the different events that you go to. If you don't remember where you met someone, right there in the list there, I could say it was on this date, and I remembered, what the name of the event was. So that's a way that I applied it, that I've found it really effective. And I know a lot of people give a gift, like you said, but I was really amazed at how well this worked and how excited people were even just to use it.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that one. I'm going to share, is it okay to share one more tip, how to use it exactly? I can give my exact word by word how I use it.
Absolutely.
When you go to a small event, there are a few people are really key influencers, and you really want to see, I am thinking how I can handshake with this person, or, they are bigger than you, basically. They are more successful than you. Our goal is to connect with that person because they have the higher authority and influence, What I do is I go and handshake with them, and I ask them their business card. I don't offer mine because I don't have one. I ask them their business card. The moment you ask somebody the business card, guess what? They came to that event. They are for networking. They will give you their business card right away. You ask their business card. That's why they came in anyway. You're probably the first one who is asking for business card, by the way, because they are giving away to everybody. And in return, they ask you your business card. I say, absolutely, you have a cell phone with you. I say, sure, yeah. Do you know how to send a text? He says, yeah, I send it to my daughter all the time. I said, well, we will see. Take out the cell phone number, send a message to this number, and it takes like a 10, 20 seconds. They send a text. The moment they hit send, you're done with that person because now they are talking to you through the campaign. If you have already texted, you can see that I'm talking to you while I'm on this Hangout. Is that right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're asking the name and then the email, then what you do. You can ask like a whole interview question if you like to, and you know they can stop. They only get one question at one time, just like you're texting into one person one-to-one until they answer that one. They don't even get the next question. They don't even know what's coming after this.
Yeah, and I have to say, when I met Siddique, that's exactly what he did to me. So I know that it works. But we're going to go to Dr. Allen for a minute because I know he wanted to chime in here. So if you're unmuted, Al, go ahead.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I want to go back to the business card thing first because ultimately I think people realize now, or if they don't, this is what most people do with business cards. Forgetting the envelope, the rubber band around the stack, think of the other person. In other words, you're giving your business card to somebody. They take your card, they stick it in their wallet, and they never use that card again. And in fact, the only time they ever pull that card out is when they're looking for a card to write somebody else's number on whose number they really want. So that card is trash. So business cards are totally ineffective. But you could take a business card by using this text, and you could do something very simple. Now I'm going to show you two things. This is, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me hold this up. This is Alex Mandossian's card. And on Alex Mandossian's card, you'll see that he has, I don't know if you could see that or not. He uses Siddique's service, and it says text gift to a number there. I don't know if you could see that right across over here somewhere. And this is my business card, and I use the service also. And on my business card, you'll see there's something called the QR code. That square little strange looking code there, and that it also goes right to the text service. So realize this. Let's say you're out doing a community health event, which is what our show is really all about, and now all of a sudden you put by your booth or your table, or you make a giant poster of that QR code, and let's say you say to them, let's say that you are a chiropractor, we'll use that as an example, and you put up a big poster, and that poster says, find out 10 things you need to know before you ever contact a chiropractor to set up an appointment. And you now have text, whatever word you choose, or you have a QR code. Now all of a sudden you're offering them something of great value. Remember, as Siddique said, it has to be valuable to them. And now when they either scan the QR code, they automatically, when they do that, now have your page where you want them to go to scan to put in the code, or they're typing it on their cell phone, and now you have the ability to not only capture their name, capture their email, capture their phone number, and send them wherever you want them to go, whether that's a website, whether that's to download a document, whether that's to a calendar, as Dr. Randi said. But realize what happens is this system is so sophisticated that it automatically becomes part of your follow-up. So that person's phone number, that person's email, that person's name will literally go into an autoresponder system. And if you remember when we talked about follow-up, you need to follow up with every potential lead. The system now that you could link right to this text messaging service will literally put them in your autoresponder system and start sending them out follow-up messages right away, so you're communicating with those people automatically. You don't have to go take your card, give it to your assistant, say type this into my database to get it. It's going to happen automatically. So now you have the ability to communicate with somebody, literally hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people. They could literally walk by your event, take their smartphone out and capture that QR code or type in the text right to that phone number. They're now part of your follow-up system. You automatically, before you even get home for the day, these people are getting information for you. Second thing is that people may not be opening email. 10%, 12% of people open email. But, and Siddique knows these numbers better than me, but I think 93% of everyone who gets a text message on their phone are going to open that text message. Am I right, Siddique? Is that number probably close?
Last time I saw that, you are 97% within 15 minutes.
97%, which means Everybody that you meet is going to communicate with you. Rather than 10 or 11 out of every 100, you're going to get 97 out of every 100 people to communicate with you. The third piece, which is amazing, and if you use that number that Siddique had up there, the type try to the 404 number, he'll hold that up again and you'll see it on his lower third. The most amazing part is how cost-effective the program is. We're talking about the cost of entry is ridiculously low, and realize when you have a text messaging service as sophisticated as this one, you don't only have one campaign. You can have one campaign with the word try for one event that you're doing. You could use another word in the same program, the same sophisticated text message. So you could have dozens of different words for them to send in, all going to different autoresponders, all putting them into a different list, all of them taking them somewhere else you want to go. So literally, this becomes an entire communication system for you for everything and anything that you're doing in your business. One could be your calendar to set up appointments. One could be to learn more about your practice. One could take them to your website. One could take them to a dinner that you're having. Literally anything that you're doing in your business, this is the ultimate way to communicate. It's state of the art, and it's literally, even though Siddique's been doing it for 2 years, and I had only been doing it for 4 or 5 months, and Dr. Randi for a couple of months, Alex I think is doing it well over a year, it's still so new that you're going to literally be a first adopter of this technology. And when the truth, what people don't realize is you have two choices in your success window. One is to be an innovator. Innovators are the most successful people because they start the trend. Facebook, who started Twitter, who started LinkedIn, these were innovators. But early adopters are just as successful as innovators. So you don't have to invent this technology. You could be using this technology right now and be on the same level of success as the person who actually innovated it. It's an amazing, amazing thing. Siddique, put up that number again, the try number, so they can see where to do that.
Yeah, and I just want to, while he does that, I want to say something about as far as for those that host a community health program like Community Wellness Day. Let me tell you why this is a genius strategy. Because at events where you have hundreds, if not thousands of people, there's only so many people that you're going to be able to actually talk to, you know, even in the best of setups. So a lot of times people are kind of I call it the glide by, you know, your station. Here's a genius strategy where you can have a giant poster made for, you know, not very much money, where you have a big QR code on there, and then whatever your gift is that, you know, like Dr. Allen said, if you're a chiropractor, you know, the 10 things you need to know, scan here. I mean, you will literally get hundreds and hundreds of people that will just walk by and scan that QR code and capture their information. I mean, that's even better system than we have now, because as we have now, they're writing down their name and email address, and Monday morning when people get back from their event, somebody has to input that. So, you know, this, you don't have to hire someone to do this, and I will tell you personally, even though I teach the use of technology, I am not the most technologically advanced person, and I figured out how to set up a campaign in literally about 6 or 7 minutes. It was done, working perfectly, impressing the world. So I really encourage everyone to take a look at this. Siddique's been gracious enough to give you an offer to try it out. You have nothing to lose. It has, as Dr. Allen said, so many applications in what we're probably just scratched the surface on how you can use this, and especially for those of you that are hosting any kind of events, whether it's a large event like Community Wellness Day or you're out doing workshops in your community. I mean, think of it. You're going into a corporation and you just put up a slide as you're introducing yourself that says, you know, we're going to start off by giving everyone a gift. Just go ahead and simply text to this number and whatever it is that you're giving them, or at the end. I mean, what a great way to capture everybody's contact information. And here's the beauty. In a way that people are excited to give it to you. You know, people are willingly giving up texting, and especially if it's anyone probably under the age of 25, then it's absolutely a no-brainer. So we're gonna give it back to Siddique and let him kind of just, you know, take us through some ways to tie together what we've been talking about here, because I think this is something that's very affordable for everyone, has a lot of applications, and can really set you apart from other people in your community. So, you know, I'm here to wholeheartedly support this process, and we'll let Siddique explain to you again why you should be using this.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Thank you, Dr. Randy. While we were doing that, I was watching. There's so many people are actually texting in already. If you have not done it already, I'm showing you right now. If you can see it, take your cell phone out, 404-418-6019, and the message try. I'm going to ask your name first, then I'm going to ask you email first, and the second, and then I'm going to give you the link to try this for $1. If it doesn't work, I give you $1 back. Okay? And if you are, for Dr. Randy, it took 6-7 minutes to actually set up a campaign. If you say like a techno dummy, oh, I don't even want to, I don't know, I don't want to learn something new again. Outreach to us. We will, my team will actually help you to set up the first campaign so you're ready to go. Let me give you one reason why you should be using it in your business. You are in a business to acquire more customers. I would say more engaging customers who want to talk to you and you want to talk to them. This is the way to get engaging people. You engage them right before you shake a hand, you know, and you already impressed them. Now they are going to pick you as a chiropractor, a dentist, or you know, any healthcare professional than other people because you impressed them. Number 2 is you are doing so many ads already. Somebody come with a flyer, somebody come with yellow pages, somebody do this, somebody do this. How do you know which one is working? Have you realized that? Oh, I put $3,000 every month, $1,000 for flyers, $1,000 for this. But you keep putting money into all of them and you're thinking something is working. That's why you get patients. Why not you put a QR code and this texting number on each one of them, and now you track how many people are coming from that. Then you put the money what's working, what's not working. Don't spend a few months on that one. Imagine I don't know what's your budget on advertising, but I know every professional has some kind of marketing. If you cannot track, don't do it. Let me say it again. If you cannot track the results of your marketing, don't do it. This will help you to save on your wasting money on being marketing and track the effectiveness of that marketing just by adding one little thing. You tell them, the guy who is trying to sell you something, either advertising, hey, I'm going to put this code. If I don't get that many X number, whatever you are negotiating with them, you are going to give me a refund because you are honoring their word and they have to honor the performance of that too. And then that will, alone by saying that one, that can help you to reduce your $1,000 bill to a few $100s. Just, you know, that's a huge saving in your own business.
That's actually a really good point. You know, when we talk about marketing, you know, people will say, well, I'm not sure where the business is coming from. I work with someone now, they do a commercial, they do a lot of paid per clicks, which you can track those a little bit better. But they're right, they don't know where people come from. And you try and ask when they come to your business, where you know, most people will say, oh, I saw you here, or I don't know where I saw you, or oh, somebody mentioned you, but you're right, we really don't know what's the effective tools that we're using in a quantifiable way. So there's another use. Gee, Siddique, we could give away a book like, you know, 99 uses for the text messaging system at this point, right?
I'm glad you mentioned. We have written in one article we have identified as 67 ways how to use the interactive text response. So when I text it to this number, I'm going to send you a link. I will send you a link to that article so you can read it.
Upside down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. So text it to this number, 404-418-6019, and I'm going to send you a link to read it. So that will probably, you know, some creative use of going on. Oh, everything is 1-2 lines. It's not too much reading. Probably in 5 minutes you will read it all. However, that gives you many ideas how you can use it in your business. You know, that's my gift to you.
Well, that is absolutely fantastic, and we are running out of time. Dr. Allen, do you shake your head if you have something you want to add, or if you do? Okay, so we're going to let Dr. Allen have kind of a last word here, which I'm sure is more than one word, so go ahead.
Okay, well, I wanted to say, if I only had text messaging when I was single, this would have been perfect. But anyway, I also wanted to say, I want you to realize that this is a Google Hangout. Remember, this will be converted into a YouTube video, and guess what will be indefinitely embedded in that video? This try and the phone number. So anyone seeing your video in the future, that campaign will live in your text messaging system. They can, 6 months from now, a year from now, will be able to type in. It's permanently embedded. Whenever I make a video now, I add my text, whatever that text I want. I start a campaign, I put it in my videos so it lives, it has an infinite lifetime in your videos. Critically important. Remember, one last thing, if you're a physician of any kind, remember you could set up a campaign with the calendar. You could give it to your patients and say, whenever you want to set up an appointment, you could literally go to my calendar. I'll send you the link to it through the text messaging. You could book all your appointments right through your text messaging. Just unlimited use of it. It's a really amazing thing. So I think we're ready to close out the show.
Yeah, while you bring your slides up, I'm just going to thank Siddique for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you here, and always interesting to hear about all that you're doing. I'm sure you'll do many, many, many more great things that we'll have you back for to share with our listeners. And I really encourage everybody. I mean, you know, Siddique's giving you an offer. You know, spend $1. If you're not happy, he'll give it back to you if you want it. So, I mean, this is a win-win. There's no lose in this. And I guarantee you it'll be something that you will find many, many applications for, really set you apart. We're always looking for ways in business, how to be unique, how to set ourselves apart. You know, we're handing it to you. You know, you want to take it, it's there for you. Well, I want to thank Siddique for joining us today. I just want to take 1 second to mention that we are just about to start the planning for our seasonal Community Wellness Day for our fall events. We've gotten lots of interest and information, people wanting to know when we're getting started. We are getting started. So all of you that have been on the fence and, you know, watching us and following us and interested in being a part of what we do, now's the time to take action. You know, go ahead and reach out and we'll get you everything you need to get started. Remember, you don't have to figure anything out. We've done all the work for you. You simply just need to follow directions, and within about an hour a week, you're going to see in a couple of months, you will have an amazing, amazing event that will really elevate your credibility and your presence in your community. And for many people, you actually double your business. I don't know too many ways that you can double your business in a few months. We're going to actually introduce Siddique's text response system as one of our marketing campaigns that we teach people. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Allen to bring us back to our sponsors and close us out. Dr. Allen?
Well, you've been listening to Building Your Wellness Brand Within Your Community. Today's episode is brought to you by Epic Consulting, making sure your electronic presence is all it needs to be, and Community Wellness Day. Every great opportunity begins with the first step. Take that step with Community Wellness Day and the system, the official marketing program for healthcare practitioners everywhere, and the VIP app, the only application that allows you to bring your live hangouts just like this one to the desktop, iPhone, and iPad of all those people that have you in their circles. On behalf of myself, Dr. Alan Weinstein, and my co-host, Dr. Randi Ross, we'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everybody.